Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hello if you are new. I hope you subscribe. And I know this video is a little bit late because today is actually January 12th that I'm filming this, but it'll go up tomorrow. But anyway, I still wanted to do like a 2017 recap type of video. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I wanted to start off saying 2017 was probably the hardest year of my life. I mean, it had a lot of good things in it, but it had a lot of hard things in it too, and it's bittersweet to leave the year that was the hardest. That's hard to explain, but it is. It's hard to, it feels good to leave it, you know, to feel like you're starting over a new page, but it's also hard to leave it for personal reasons that I have that I'll get to in a minute. 2017 started off really well. My husband and I actually got married. I did make a video on this earlier last year, probably towards the beginning of last year. We actually got married a year ago today. Today is our 1-year anniversary on January 12th, 2017. I don't know why my camera keeps refocusing, but that is a picture from our wedding day. We eloped. We did decide to elope instead of having a big wedding. We originally were gonna have, why is it doing that? We were gonna have a big wedding, but we decided against it for different reasons that were in that video actually, if you want to go and look at it. I think it's called Tips on Elopement or Why to Elope or something like that. It'll be easy to find when you go and look. But we did get married a year ago today, and I still don't regret the way we got married. You know, we went into marriage without debt and stress and everything. We just got to start our lives without worrying about anything, and I don't regret a thing. And he's my absolute best friend, and he's one of the best people I know besides, you know, my own family members. But he's amazing, and yeah, and he'll probably watch this, so I love you. Happy anniversary, even though this is gonna go up tomorrow. But you know, tonight we're going to dinner and stuff, so we'll have our own little celebration. I recently made a video on this, but 2017 was also the year that I lost my dad. It was really unexpected. It was not his time. He was only 56, healthiest person I know, and he died from a massive heart attack. It was really sudden, and there really wasn't any signs. I mean, my dad, he does stress tests on people for a living to prevent heart attacks. You know, this is what he did for a living, and this is what ultimately took his life. And I'm not going to talk about it too much just because I get emotional. I did do a whole video on that, but this is the reason why 2017 is hard to leave behind, just because it is the last year that has his imprint in it, his physical imprint. You know, of course he's always going to live on in our hearts and all of that, you know, that stuff that everybody says, but that's the last year that he was alive, and it's hard to leave that. A lot of people say, oh, he's not gone, his imprint's still there, but that's just not, I don't feel that way. Whenever you lose somebody, there's no replacing them. There's no, oh, they're still here or whatever. Like, no, they're not. They're gone. And when it happens to you, you'll understand what I mean. And I don't wish that on anybody, and I wish it didn't happen to me as early as it did. I'm 27 years old and without a dad, and my sister's 21. And my mom's the same age as my dad. You know, it's hard. It's really hard, and nobody was ready for it. But one day we'll know the reason why. The best thing we can do is carry on and make him proud, and you know, anybody that wants to know about him, we'll talk about him and talk about happy stories and how funny he was and how amazing he was, and we'll see him again one day. But this is the reason why 2017 was the hardest year for me. And obviously had good things, you know, I got married, and another thing I'll get into in a minute, which a lot of you probably already know, but this is a big one. You know, I miss him a lot, and I love him, and I need to quit talking about it because I'm just gonna start crying. But I I don't know. It's just hard. But 2018 hopefully brings healing for my family and peace and a way for us to learn how to cope with this, and until we meet again. The last thing I did want to touch on for 2017 was I'm pregnant with my first child. This was not planned. This happened right after my dad died. I found out about a month after he died that I was newly pregnant. So yeah, it's been a really, really hard emotional journey, more than it probably normally would be, just because I lost my dad right before. But I know this is a gift, and I know that this is meant to help heal. He will not ever replace my dad, but my dad is his own person, and my child will be his own person. But it definitely brings a light back into the world for me and for a lot of my family. It's going to be a really good thing. And I haven't announced it yet on my channel, but I'm going to announce it right now. We finally decided on a name. My dad's name is John Wesley, and my husband's dad's name is William Douglas, and we decided to name him Wesley Douglas to honor both granddads. And my husband's middle name is actually Douglas as well, so it actually honors all three men, and they're all wonderful men, and I'm very proud to name my child after three really great men. And I've always really loved the name Wesley. It's not too old sounding, but it's not too trendy. I'm not a trendy name person at all. I didn't want to name him John just because that would be too hard for me. And my husband lost somebody named John whenever he was in high school. And he's a lot like me with death, just doesn't handle it well. And we just don't need that reminder every day. I think a subtle reminder is much easier than, a blatant, blunt reminder. But this year is going to be the year that my child comes into the world, and he's going to make me a mom, which is insane. He's going to make my husband a dad. I mean, it's a lot of good that's going to come this year. I feel like this year, after how hard last year was, I feel like there's going to be a lot of healing and a lot of happiness this year brought back, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. But anyway, that's pretty much it. The rest of the year was dealing with pregnancy and Christmas, and getting through the holidays and all of that. Without the first holiday after losing somebody is the hardest, but we are in a new year. It's time to start fresh, and it's time to have a new mindset and try to look at life in a different way, and just be thankful for everything that we still have. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to 2018, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope you guys, whether you had a good or a bad 2017, I hope the freshness feeling of a new year just brings a lot of hope for you, and I hope 2018 is great to everybody. And I will see you guys next week. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hope you have a great day.